by the power of favorited, he has the power. What's up, brother?
That felt like more of a WWE intro.
I mean, Wednesday. Live! Sir Ken with the ruby, bibbity bobbity boop. Thank you, my gorgeous brother. You guys, this happens to be, to my left or right or wherever you may be, an absolute legend. And before we officially get started with our show here, let's all bask in his glory. Hold on, it's too bright. And go over some ground rules for Wisdom Wednesday because it's time to start the show.
Hey guys.
Wisdom Wednesday is a weekly series, right? And we learn about a vast number of topics that are varied and very tasty, right? But it's taught by subject matter experts, and at Favorited, we believe, as I've said before, a rising tide lifts all boats. And as we learn and grow together, we are all edified and blessed, and our community thrives, and our shared experiences become more meaningful as we learn from each other, right? Before we turn everything over to Farid, which I'm so excited about, I could just gonna get you, squeeze
you. It's your show.
I mean, a couple of ground rules, okay? So first is Meg's is a G-rated space, so please keep it classy. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. My moderators here, gorgeous Brittany Butterfly Shrimp Animals. Christmas is here. Thank you, Christmas. And Andrew is here. Wayne 321 England. My less. Wayne, my less. Thank you so much. Andrew is here. I think I said, and Head Fried Rice. They don't have their badges yet, but they should have gold stars. Please mind your manners with them and do as they ask. Second, questions, totally welcome, totally wanted, okay? Now, remember I told you it was totally fine to spam the chat till we get started? Now's the time to stop spamming because we want to be able to see the questions, okay? But absolutely use this as a follow room and get as many people as you can. We know the algorithm will push you out. Let's go, Rob, with the naked panda. Hold on. Farid, can you do something about this? He's naked. It's indecent. Oh, yes, they call him the streak. Woo! He's fastest thing on 2 feet. And hold on, Farid. I can't even get through my intro without being crowned the queen of favorited today. Thank you, Woman Scorn. Hold on. Is anything popping over there? Because I want to see your face.
How are we?
Did you mute me?
No.
Okay, good. One last thing. Feel free to use the space as a grow room. Don't spam. My moderators do have bars of soap to wash out your mouths if you say anything filthy, okay? My gorgeous, amazing, incredible, thank you so much, Rob and Queen and everyone here. Let us go ahead and, again, we're going to interview Farid, and then we'll have him come over to the Megs Live, and we'll do Q&A, okay? So, without any further shenanigans from me, maybe a little. Okay, so Farid is here. Farid, you are a founding member of Favorited. You guys probably recognize Farid from your social media feed. Thank you so much, Hassan. You probably will recognize his name in various chats. He's great at moderating our big battles and our big rooms to ensure everybody is behaving. And he's just great to Legend Frosty with the Island Paradise. Thank you so much, gorgeous brother. You probably recognize him, right? But what you might not know is how much he has been involved in the development and the trajectory of Favorited, and how his vibe and his experience is helping our community realize its potential. Okay, so with that, I do want to give just one brief, serious question. There are some. There's been a state of emergency, in California. You're safe. Your family's safe. Can you tell us everybody else?
Yes.
Favorited, everybody okay?
Yes. If you see me, like, I'm usually very uppity, but last night was a little stressful as we were monitoring the situation. We were up a little late. But everyone from Favorited staff is safe. We're all monitoring the situation actively as a team and checking in on each other. My family is safe. I appreciate everyone checking in. What's happening right now is definitely unprecedented and a very scary time for Los Angeles, but we have a very good community here, both within Favorited and as a city as well. And I know we'll come out stronger. And, every city has moments like this where it can be very scary and a lot of devastating things can happen. People lose property, memories, lives are lost, but we're hopeful. We really are. I'm born and raised in LA. I've seen the ups and downs of a lot of things from around the area, and I can say it's during these times where you can really feel community. So I appreciate everyone's thoughts and prayers and people who've sent messages and just thought of us as a team. It really means a lot and also speaks of the community that we've built at Favorited. And
Amen to
Meg,
that.
you want to appreciate you reaching out as well. So I thank you guys. With all that being said, let's still have a great show and move forward with our heads high. So let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, I love you. Thank you so much for all you do to keep us in the
Always.
loop. Thanks to Tonsky, and just making yourself available. We've talked about it. Oh, San, thank you. We've talked about it so many times on the Meg stream. How this is so atypical of social media. Not only do we have faces and names and know who our company leaders are, but that you're spending not just FaceTime, but real time with us, teaching
Of
and keeping
course.
us
Yeah.
involved in the
Yeah.
transparency. it's
No,
it's it's
it's
meant it's meant the world to me. um, we would like to get to know you though a little bit
sure.
better if we could. I mean, are you married? Do you have kids? Do you have pets?
I have 3 grandchildren. We're moving on to
You look
4.
phenomenal.
I'm really excited. It's been I'm single. I'm not there yet at all in my relationship trajectory, but I'm married to Favorited right now. That's my
I
primary
mean, favorite is the
relationship.
polygamist we never knew we needed. I love it. What about my gorgeous brother? What about like your schooling, your work experience? Like, where have
For
you
sure.
been recently?
Yeah. So my career really started in college, per se. I wouldn't even call it a career, but like, my experience with social media and getting into online space, um, in really not related to what we're doing at Favorited right now. A lot of similarities now that I think about it, but I used to make man on the street interviews, when I was in college. So
Oh,
I went to college in DC, at the George Washington University. And there I was a finance major, but really I was like when COVID hit, I was really amazed by TikTok. Because for the first time, I felt like, oh, like becoming a celebrity has become democratized.
mm,
As in, you can make really good videos and get the fame, and there's a platform that's there to highlight creators. And so, yeah, my segue started from TikTok. We were making man on the street interviews, around more cultural and political issues, with the
okay. So
goal of
are you asking controversial questions, or are you just trying to
yeah,
get okay?
controversial as in things you normally wouldn't ask people. And our page was called Left Middle Right. It was supposed to. It is still active. I just oversee it now, but it was the intention was to expose people to perspectives they don't agree with. Especially during a time where it was the heightened polarization across the political spectrum. From 2016, 2020 election, it was uneasy times throughout the country, and you could really feel the divide. And we were like, wait, maybe making videos online is a good way to get people to think about issues they usually don't talk about.
Right.
And so we made some really cool videos just in college with just 2 iPhones, one record, one mic. Like we had one video get over 10 million views, and that's when we realized, okay, we might be cooking. So we did that, and that led to really cool opportunities, partnering with like news organizations, doing some advisory to nonprofits, and a congressional committee, which that was like
Was
really
was the
cool.
idea behind that like the news, like they wanted to get into the social media world and they were trying to find you guys were the bridge because you were doing
Yeah,
politicalish stuff, but you're young
yeah,
enough and you're TikTokers, that kind
exactly,
of thing?
exactly. It was like, oh, a 20-year-old who can get these complicated issues and digestify it. Sorry, make it digestible for a younger audience or more like online.
Right.
And so that's how I got into the whole space. And after college, I worked for a year for, a former White House staff member, their chief digital officer, where we were connecting influencers to political initiatives, and like initiatives they care about. And then, throughout all that, we were also doing like consulting work on the side. But I've known DT since we were 15.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Do you want to merge chats? Tatansky just asked if
I
should we
think I
try
did.
it. I didn't. I just did. Okay, there we go.
Cool.
All right. You guys follow everybody, just don't spam the chat. Okay, so I don't want to be like weird. First of all, you're now forever going to be Grandpa Farid. So I'm sure you're going to be fine with that because old
Sure.
Gramps here is to drop wisdom on our faces. Can you tell us what DT was like when he was 15? I'm dying.
He was
The
even
same.
back like kind of, yeah. Exactly the
He's
same.
not
Just
changed.
really cracked at what he was doing, like just passionate. Um, and he's just the kind of guy where you're like, I want to work with him.
I love that.
He's
I
just
love
that
that you
type of
guys go
energy.
way back. Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of going way back, like we're gonna get there, but just out of curiosity, like Zach told us that he does pickleball. Do you have outside of social media and like making videos? Like, do you have a hobby or pastime that?
The past year it's mostly been
Yeah.
favorited. But when I can, I like to play hoop basketball, soccer.
Oh.
And in college, I used to do like stand up on the side, but that career I figured wasn't gonna last me super long.
Well, you've done pretty well on social media because your memes are really dank, man.
It's fun, no, but stand up is its own beast. It was mostly like for fun. I did think about it, I was like, wait, should I take this a little more seriously? But then my friends were always there to remind me that I shouldn't.
You're
So it was
yeah.
good. Yeah,
Aren't friends the best for being like
yeah,
brutally honest?
yeah.
Yeah. No, don't
Thanks,
don't
Justin.
don't do that again. Okay. Well,
Exactly.
good friends will tell you the truth, right? We love it. I think the chat is holding up pretty well with the share. I'm loving it. Good.
We're loving it.
Okay. So
Let's get into it.
so you knew GT. Was that how you kind of found out about Favorite? Tell me how
Yeah.
your Favorite journey started.
My favorite journey basically started with DT being like, "Oh, I'm working on this," and I told him like, "Dude, I want to work with you." He's just that type of guy, and we started cooking around end of 2023, and really got into 2024 was just pushing, and
Right.
making the product better and better, and just experimenting a bunch of different things to get to where we are today.
When you first joined, right? You're a founding member, right? So you're very, very beginning, right? Um,
Yeah.
I know that you guys had talked, Joshua. Thank you so much. You guys had talked about, well, we've talked about this before, and Zach too. How initially, right, Favorited was just kind of a new way of doing gaming. What's up, Willis? Right,
Mhm.
kind of like the live streaming gaming experience, and then that has morphed into something
That's about.
a lot bigger, right? Um, we know that you guys are all crunching, pushing crazy right now to meet the January 10th date for expected, influx in the January 19th. Like you guys are all doing pretty much everybody's jobs all the Best Buy baby brother with the freaking sprinkle twinkle. You guys all know who this gentleman is, right? Best Buy baby. Give everybody a follow, but make sure you guys are absolutely giving
I guess I should do the same thing to you guys. Follow everyone in chat. We got
I
Agni
clenched. Hold on,
Armstrong,
I
Josh,
clenched.
Brandy, K-Man, Arzu.
Did you guys see that? Did
Just
you see that die? Oh, hold on. Oh, I gotta breathe through it. It's crampy. Sorry. Oh,
Best Buy. What do we got?
casket with the. Thank you so much, my gorgeous friend. Are you kidding? That was amazing. Oh, I'm lightheaded. What were we talking about? I don't even care. Wait, what? I'm so sorry. That was so rude. Ah, Phil is here. Okay. This is what we're talking about. Hats. Speaking of hats. Do you want a crown 2 grams? I'll send you one in the mail. Your color is probably like fiery red, right? Okay. You guys are wearing hats. Lots of hats. Thank you so much, Best Buy.
Just
Thank you
real
so much.
quick, Max. I know a lot of people are asking questions. We're gonna have a separate live on Max's stream. I'll just hop on as a guest, and we can do more of a Q&A there. I will say the product side, Zach deals more, and and DT. I'm more like on the partnerships and marketing, so I can talk more about that. But I'll try to get to I'll try to answer everyone's questions
Yeah, we
on the
definitely will do Q&A
yeah,
after.
yeah.
And again, we're going to focus on the interview portion here. I've got some specific things that I want you guys to hear from Farid. This is an incredible resource. He has been here from the beginning. The vibe of Favorited, the community that we're building has
Yeah.
so much to do with Farid. So it's really important that we have
No, the
an
vibe and
opportunity for me to
community
be
all
quiet.
comes down to you guys, and
Well, but
we're not.
I disagree respectfully. I think that you guys attracted a certain caliber of people based off of what you were putting out there, right? So it starts from you guys. And of course, we, right, the creators, we support each other. This is a positive. It's the community for people who love to love, right? But without you guys giving us that baseline and the vision, right? We wouldn't have even come here to begin with. So take the compliment and let me get through my little note here because I want to go on to so all these hats that you're wearing, right? You're doing a
Yeah.
lot of things, but I wanted to touch specifically on a couple of them. And Grandpa, take the compliment. Thank you so much, you guys.
Grandpa take.
Just touch on a couple of them because we get a
Yeah,
lot of questions about partnerships. Tell
sure.
us what you do with partnerships and give us more explanation on partnerships here at Favorited.
Ultimately, partnerships is whatever you define it as. But I guess my focus is to have our creators define what we want as a platform, right? We want to find the right people and incentivize. Like, partnerships can mean creator partnerships, they can mean partnerships with other organizations, other companies. Um, as our platform progresses, partnerships, also the definition can evolve. Right now, partnerships is, it started off with a core user group and building community.
Okay, right?
And you build community, and then you keep building off that. And then as the platform keeps getting bigger and bigger, more and more people find interest, and you try to find different angles to partner with people, right? Some people might be interested with Favorited to battle. Some people want to host a show on Favorited. Some people come to Favorited for community. And a big portion of my job is to make sure all of this happens at once on the app, and to allocate different resources for different subsets of people.
So you are the coordinating middle between Favorited and whoever it is that's joining, whether it's an individual creator, an agency. Oh, go! Thank you so much. Coordinating events, making sure that the partnerships that the app is promoting are ones that meet community guidelines and all
Yeah,
of the things that go into it.
basically, part of my job is a lot of coordination, right? Just reaching out to people, scheduling. Coordination is definitely a part of it, but it's also, we want to implement a creative vision for the app as well, and finding, you know, realizing that making streamers realize their potential. That you guys can be doing so much. We have so many good streamers on the app, and helping them define their vision of like what they want to do, and in order to reach their goals. People have different goals when they come on Favorited.
Right. And
And
some don't. Some just kind of go live and see where the wind takes them,
what
right?
happens? That's fine, but that's also a goal. Try
Yeah.
something new. Maybe someone had a New Year's resolution of this year I'm gonna do something new, and that thing might have been to go live. Amazing, right?
Are
Now
you
some
hiring a whoa water boy? Honey loving. You guys are hilarious. So these partnerships, right, that you focus on, it's a lot of coordinating. It's a lot of people. I'm sure you get hammered all day long with questions and favors and how do I do this? How do I do that? What is the best way for someone to get the information that you provide? Is that going through the Discord, the support channel,
Yeah,
texting you?
so
Like how?
no, yeah. In general, questions about the app and questions on general questions, we have a whole support team, right? And then over time, things such as scheduled events are going to be productized, right?
Okay, right. We talked about this with that Zach, where people are
Right.
gonna.
And one of my jobs is to help define Zach and DT's vision of like the product being the core of the app. Meaning, like, the more you gamify Favorited and the more you make everything democratized and achievable, the less actually I will have a role, or like the partnerships team will have a role within Favorited, because like everyone will have access to things like verification, for example. Our whole thing was, what if everyone can achieve it as long as it's democratized and there's certain metrics you need to hit? Now suddenly it's not just me going through a list and being like, oh, he's cool. That like I could be friends with him, or like saying no to that person.
Yeah, you're taking the
And
person out of it and just looking at the data, so it's completely equal playing field.
for the most part, right now, obviously, there's some exceptions of people who face risk of impersonation, and
Right.
that's also where partnerships come in and try to assess that. But we, we approach partnerships differently. It's like we're going to be doing a lot of cool things on the app, and you guys will see different creators doing different things, different shows, and a creative vision being implemented. But the heart of the app will be the product itself. Like you guys will be able to define the app, right? The things that really dictate the app right now, whether it's daily ranks, verification, gifter levels, you guys are defining it.
Right.
The talk about
Right.
partnerships every day. We don't have that much of a say. And so
I
that we're gonna be continuing with the creators and the community being the forefront.
and letting us drive again with you guys giving the baseline vision, right? You set the fave factors, you set the
Yeah,
community guidelines, right? The fact that we're freedom of speech and we absolutely honor that, but we will, smack anybody for hate speech or violence or bullying, right? So we that right there sets us apart. And the fact that we can, again, connect more authentically because we're not having to speak in code and we're able to, be our real selves makes a big difference in the growth of the community and how we connect with each other. I do absolutely love the transparency that you guys are working towards, again, with
yeah,
verification,
yeah,
with advertising, with the banners, right? The fact that everyone will be able to be advertised, and you've gamified it, right? So that the more interest or activity your banner gets, the higher up it goes for more visibility. So again, everyone knows what they need to
so
do to
true.
be successful. We don't gatekeep here. We give everybody the tools, and then it's up to you individually as creators to make your own live stream in your own world within
Yeah,
Favorited.
yeah. I just ideally my goal is just to facilitate and to make people realize they have so much potential.
Yeah.
It's a new digital age. Everyone, you guys within your stream is your world, and you can really define what happens there. And so like if you guys have a vision, that idea for, oh, what if I did this show? What if I brought four people on a box and we did this competition? Go for it. Seriously.
See what plays. I love the creativity. I mean, somebody came up the other day. Oh, Oki's daddy, Petty, Oki's daddy does a lip
Yeah, yeah.
sync battle, but it's a box battle, but it's not quite the same. And the way that she does it is so creative. Duck races here exclusively on Favorited. We have incredible reverse box battles with scrubs. I mean, there's so much. And then Wisdom Wednesday, Community Showcase, all these shows. You said something, we were going to talk about it a little later, but I think now might be the perfect
Okay.
segue. Uh,
Yeah.
Live streaming, the internet interaction, social media has drastically changed in the last few years. When we were chatting before, you specifically mentioned post COVID. Tell me your
Yeah.
thoughts about the change there.
Sure, sure. It's no doubt. This is universal too. I think across the world, things haven't been the same since COVID in terms of a lot of different aspects, whether it's geopolitics, um, economy, or just when it comes to favorite, I think social interactions.
Yeah,
And the online world has become increasingly more and more prevalent, right? Like if you look at the data and the stats, unfortunately, within America, there is an increasing issue of isolation. And it's a sensitive issue. And since the pandemic, it kind of I think we were with everyone being on their phones and
mm,
internet becoming more and more of a thing, we were
right.
already headed on that path. And then COVID accelerated it. And so one of the things I want to implement at Favorite and the team really wants to do is for community to be formed on the app. So we can help fight this notion that like, oh, Americans are becoming more isolated.
Yeah,
No, maybe they're just meeting each other in different platforms. Maybe instead of going to a bar on every Friday night, your same place, maybe that bar is actually a favorited boxes where everyone comes and hangs out and has a good time. And
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. That's right. I love
right?
that.
So like if favorited plays the smallest role in helping with a portion of Americans, everyone in our community with some issues of isolation, mental health, etc., and uplifting it and improving it, that's the biggest W for me.
I think I'm going to agree with you 100% there. For me, social media, especially coming from TikTok, my experience was not a positive one.
Right.
And going live there was not good for me. And I didn't want to say I, you know, gave up, but I most certainly was not going to do anything like favorited as far as I knew, right? But coming here and realizing that no, 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 no. Favorited for me is like the what the internet was intended to be, a place to connect, community, communication, in order to lift each other and teach each other and
Hmm.
learn from each other, right? Without the, forgive me, teenager, crazy, stupid, jealousy behavior of trolls and trollops and vitriol, right? So the fact that we can be adults, it's an adult app, not that kind, stop it. You guys, behave. An adult, a place for adults, right? To have those conversations that we used to have in our everyday lives, where we can have conflicting opinions and ideas without contention, and we can again learn and grow from each other. If you only are ever surrounded by yes men and people that agree with you, and you're never challenged, you never change your mind, you never change at all. And what's the point of living if you're not going to learn and change?
I agree with you. And yeah, amazing. You know, there's really nice moments on favorite that I think sometimes aren't as highlighted. Um, it can be like a random Thursday night, and a very intimate connection can happen on favorite between two people, maybe struggling with the same issue.
Right.
Maybe they have a common past. Um, the common experiences, maybe people have different experiences that they can touch upon and bond with each other over different things, and they can help each other go through trauma, isolation, and loneliness, the things I discussed. I think those are really cool moments that happen on the app that we can't, but we don't always talk about, we don't always see. But if you can notice, I'm always live. I'm always scrolling, not live. And when I catch those moments, that's like the smile moment for me. I'm like, oh, that was cool. I was talking to some creators. Um, it was really interesting. Like there's three, four, maybe five creators who are friends. They talk to each other on the app. They all have experience working with children and adults with autism. And Favorited became this place where they can bond with each other over their experiences dealing with that. And everyone has their unique stories, unique perspectives, and they come and talk about it. And some people who also may have a child or someone in their family slash friend who is also dealing with some sort of autism, they come to them and it's like, hey, this is what's happening. Like, what do you guys recommend? And this whole you can't put a price on that. And it's hard to develop a community too where people are feel free enough and feel open enough to talk about these heavy
Right.
issues. That's a W for us, and that's why we really invest in community and just making people realize like, yo, your rooms can really be whatever you want it to be about,
I
and the views will
absolutely,
come.
I appreciate, Fareed, that people are labeling their lives right now. If there is like a trigger warning subject, like tonight, we're going to talk about Crazy Stacy's got narcissism, Chad USMC veterans, Teton Sky veterans, right? But the fact that, again, because, okay, so I am a recovering addict, 10 years clean. And for me, scroll.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was totally fishing for a compliment. Thanks for taking the bait. No, scrolling through, I know that there's a lot that are maybe not as far down the road as I, or maybe you're going through and you're seeing live after live of people drinking and having fun and 420 and all these things, and you're feeling like, oh my goodness. So to have that label there, but to know that you can go in and have a conversation with someone that you are close to, but that is not so close in your immediate life. Maybe you're not ready to have the conversation with your friends or your family that are right next to you. But maybe favorited in your community here is your, oh, I'm gonna cry, your first step to getting the help you need or the support that you're looking for without, you still have the safety of anonymity, right? We don't really know where you live and, we're not right. But the fact that we can be here as a resource. And I love Fareed, the focus on community being authentic and having the ability to have the conversations and not be afraid of being banned because someone said the word gun or suicide
Yeah,
or
yeah,
addiction.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
The
And people come for favor for different reasons. Now, all of this to say, some people enjoy battles, really enjoy battles and the banter of it and the trash talk. And so, like, over time, we're going to implement features too, where, for example, if like we know two creators who really like to talk trash, there could be like a spicy button, like where both creators pick it, and then the viewers are aware too that this is happening.
Oh my gosh, I'm in love with spicy button, you guys.
And so
Yes, it's the
there's a
best idea
context
ever.
now. There's context, like okay, this battle is will be a little more
Hmm.
heated.
But then you
If you're
know that it's not
comfortable, stay. Yeah,
right. And it's not bullying, right? Because it's consensual. They both said
exactly,
spicy. Exactly.
exactly. Yeah. Uh, the reason I'm bringing that up is like, yeah, some people come to find favorite community and talk about intimate issues. Some people like just want to josh around.
Yeah.
Let's be the
Yeah.
app for both.
And the fact that, if we're going to battle like crazy or even be gifted by people that support, that we're able to, the gifters feel more honored and valued because more of their gift is going to the creator. The creator feels more supported and loved because the app isn't taking half the earnings away. And the fact that no matter what you're doing here to be successful, there is a path for you as a creator here or as a gifter, supporter, chatter, observer, however you want to participate.
It's exciting. It's exciting, Miss Mags.
Boy, howdy doody, is it ever. Speaking of exciting, this chat is going nuts. I'm so freaking excited you guys are here. I do think we did beat Zach by 5 viewers at our peak. 5 viewers. We still have another hour, so we could just cream him, but I think you might. Oh, 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 yep. I think you. We'll just keep track of that. You guys share this live out. We still have some time with Freed and opening up for Q&A. Freed's going to focus on the community content, live stream experience, but we absolutely can do our normal Megs Q&A after and answer features and other items about the app if you guys want. Okay, let's go over though to marketing because I did mention the
Marketing.
memes are
Yeah.
dank, but like I
Yeah.
see you all over my social media. I see you and your gorgeous face. How are you coming up with those ideas without giving away any trade secrets? How is Favorited being marketed to get new users over?
I think a big issue that I see sometimes with a lot of brands and companies is like they make the most generic ad to appeal to a user base where there's clearly a disconnect between the company and the people they want. And like we can always fall for like making the formal ad of like we are favorited, a live streaming app where like like we
Right.
speak of formal like look at these people having fun on our app. Come join this app and come have fun with them. Like that's an approach that I see with a lot of ads and apps, which I get, and like the numbers sometimes can prove me otherwise. But around a couple months ago, we kind of regrouped as a team. We're like, all right, what do we do? What do we want to really want to do? And it's like let's build content that people can actually relate to. And it was like making stupid skits,
They are so stupid awesome though. They're like hilarious.
or like maybe like unique ads that it's like not super, just like out of the box. Like people are like, wait, like there's no way they actually did that. Like we had one ad, well, you might have seen. Like I would just go up to random people on the street and tell them like, people are finding community on Favorited, and the person would be like, wait, what? Who is this guy talking to me right now?
Harkening back to your man on the street days.
Yeah, exactly. Good connection, Max.